everybody. Poor Heather's stuck at a broker's tour, so I am here, just you and me. And I am coming at you to talk about what happens when you break up. So last week we talked about buying a house with people you know, whether it's your partner or friend, family member, parent, it doesn't really matter. So you got into this and everything was well and good, and then things kind of fell apart and somebody doesn't want to own the property anymore. So I like to talk about this because nobody ever plans for this stuff, and ideally you would plan for it when things were good between you and however many parties you are. So one of the things I recommend, especially in an instance if you're not married, because be that as it may, marriage allows you an exit strategy that is already determined by the courts, so you don't have to set one up. Whereas if I'm buying a property with my brother or my friend, there's no predetermined, agreed upon strategy as to how to get out. So let me just kind of give you a couple of scenarios that I've seen work well. First, when you like each other is when you should set up the exit strategy. So, when you're in it and you're both super excited about buying the property, you need to sit down and ask the hard questions and say, okay, if this doesn't work out, or if I want to move to Jamaica, how are we going to figure this out? What I typically recommend for my clients is you agree on some length of time that somebody's going to buy somebody else out. So, and typically the easiest way to come up with the value of the property at that point in time is to either get an appraisal or call your trusty neighborhood real estate agent, and I can help you with that. But you get an appraisal in real time, you know, on the date that, okay, we're going to agree that we're separating, we're going to liquidate the property, and somebody might stay, we might sell it. That's like the easiest and simplest way to get out of it. You sell it, everybody takes their portion, and you're done. Two, somebody wants to stay, somebody doesn't want to stay. Whoever doesn't want to stay, you agree on an appraisal or a real estate evaluation. You set a price, and usually you give the other party 6 months to come up with the money so that they can either refinance or call grandma or figure out a way to get you your money. Those are pretty much the only two I'd recommend. So let me give you some bad scenarios. So I've seen a lot of partners separate and they don't want to deal with it. So one person moves out, one person's staying in the house, but they're both still on the mortgage. This is kind of the worst case scenario, because if the person staying in the house doesn't tell the person that is no longer in the house and no longer getting the mail from the lender, they might not be making the payment, and it can really damage your credit. So I don't recommend it. Ideally, you would figure out a way to split the asset or get your name off. And the easiest way to do that, of course, is to refinance. So one of the things, you know, in this agreement that you would set up originally, you would have said, hey, whoever decides to keep the property, we're going to refinance you off of the mortgage, and then you will no longer be tied to it financially or on your credit, because that's really, at the end of the day, the worst part is, oh, hey, my partner decided not to make the payment this month and my credit just dropped 50 points. So these are really complicated issues, and they're not really fun to talk about. So feel free to reach out to me. I have all kinds of ideas and kind of conversations, and I can help you have that conversation, because again, it's not that fun. We have recommendations for lawyers who will also help facilitate these conversations and can draft up a legal contract so you have it all in writing and there's no confusion in 6 years when somebody says, that's not what you said. It'll be, yes, I did. Here it is. It's right here in writing and you signed it. So anyways, have a wonderful week, and we will talk to you soon. My email, as always, is Claire@Paris Group Realty if you want to reach out. And next week, we'll be here, same time, same place. Take care.